Welcome to 𝐄𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐑𝐄𝐷, where we talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As the current time of 2:49 p.m. on the Eastern Time on September 11 on Sunday, it's my second posting as of today. Ethereum $100,769, about 0.31% so far. On the overall crypto market on this Sunday afternoon so far on the East Coast, collectively it's been still kind of relatively normalized and kind of flat. Obviously this week is going to be quite volatile with 13 and 14 the CPI and the PPI report, the 15 with respect to the Ethereum merge, and obviously the subsequent week will be the FOMC meeting. So nothing is really driving anything so far. On the media front, it's relatively stale. But I was looking at the technical for a little bit, and a good question that was brought up by one of my followers and subscribers is an insightful one. And what I want to do is basically address that question. So I did a little bit of research onto the overall market. So take a look at Bitcoin real quick. Okay, look at this chart, and now compare it with this chart. Okay, so you see this, that was a surge all the way to 25,000, and then we had this like the escalation so far, and then we had this pump because of this golden cross. Right now you could see that technically we're also getting resistance at 56 out of 70. So look at this chart. Okay, take a snapshot, or maybe, I don't know, share screen, or maybe put this video on two sides of the spectrum, and let's take a look at this. Okay, so you see this, we surged up, right, with respect to Bitcoin, and ever since then we've been kind of sliding off, right? Does this look very similar to what we are looking at with respect to Bitcoin right now? In the comment section below, let me know. But for me, in the optical perspective, just comparing side by side, I would say they're very, very on par. Despite they're obviously trading on different things, right? This is like trading on a stock. But if you look at the bearish pennant, which we have had the flagpole, which is this one, right? And now you look at the wedge that we're also forming that got tighter and tighter and tighter, which technically this is, right? You could see that we've been squeezing, and you could see that we have this like surge. We dip down and then we surge, right? And you could look at this like triangulating with I would say this is like mid-August, a soft this trading pattern that we're seeing in front of us. And then subsequent to that pattern, as you go up, you obviously break the trend line support, then you further go down. So this is a bearish pennant pattern that we're forming with respect to Bitcoin right now. And coincidentally, I mean, this is not coincidental, this is a technical exercise. We understand that with respect to the surge that we're seeing right now, with the large separation, is something we don't like ever. We do not like large separation. We like large separation if we were crossed down for a long time, because that indicates a huge bullish run is coming. But unfortunately, we are on the opposite side of the spectrum. We are at 57 out of 70. So it doesn't look good to us on a daily perspective. And also weekly, unfortunately, is also bearish. We are looking for a cross section downward. Fortunately, this is not as severe in comparisons to daily. So that means as we get closer and closer within the next couple of days, we should ideally see some negativity, which makes a lot of sense, right? And also, as we get over this hump, obviously, with respect to like look at this chart, you have to kind of get over it. And as you're submerged, right, which you cannot even see in this chart, you would ideally go up eventually and meet back at the resistance level that was prior, or forming a new support. So technically what that means is that we should ideally see some submerge level, going down to ideally, look at the daily would be probably a better spectrum, to ideally like 19,500 to 18,500, and then recuperate from there. So we will see a dip, but eventually coming back to more of a normalized level that we were before. So it'll be basically back to where we were, still at a low level, not like we're reaching new highs, right? But so that seems like what the story is telling us right now. And with respect to Ethereum, I would say it's very comparable, despite the chart. This is a relatively different one. We are just forming a head and shoulder pattern, which is still a negative pattern. Bitcoin is a pennant. Ethereum is a head and shoulder pattern, which head and shoulder pattern is always a negative signal, right? Head, shoulder. This is a mega shoulder. and at the same time, large separation, we are looking for a leap down because we're 61 out of 70 right now. Like, this is very, very extended. And also on the weekly, very extended as well. So I do not like this at all. Monthly is looking for a cross up eventually. So again, with respect to the Santa Claus rally that we should be expecting, we should be seeing a good run coming. But we have to reach to a lower level before we come back up. So ideally, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up at around the same level by year end. But like, we are obviously in need of some, normalization and some like correction coming, because daily and weekly are still very bearish. Triangulating again with this chart, and let me just like shrink this back again, like my face, so you guys can probably see this better. Let me also enlarge this. Apologies if I didn't do that before. It looks very much like it, right? We have surged up because of the positive signal that we have had from the previous CPI report and the FOMC meeting, and then subsequent to that, obviously higher rate hikes, we sell down, and now we consolidate, and we had that little green candle that we have had prior. And now, what this is indicating, this is basically where we are at right now, as we are testing the resistance and or the support level again, and then come back down. So it seems very, very, almost identical. Obviously it's not the same, they're trading on different things, but in terms of pattern wise, like what I'm seeing is very, very similar. Hopefully this is helpful. This is something that we've been talking about for basically days now, and apologies if I'm repeating myself, but it's important that we are, hedging on what's expecting. So yeah, have a good one, and I check you on the next one. Take care. Bye.